Hello, everybody. This is CB with your Business Reality, and thank you for being here today and listening to our show and listening to on a weekly basis. I'm starting to see a couple fans, so I'm truly excited. And at the end of the day, I just want you to take home something valuable and something tangible that you can work with, and just learn something new at a daily basis. So for us, it will be weekly basis, but I'm truly excited today because I have a great person here that's going to be talking more from the product side, but also the retention of the clients. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about Swire Ho. He was born and raised in Hong Kong. Swire immigrated to Los Angeles in 1996. He's a proud Chinese American who speaks Cantonese, Mandarin, and English. So yeah, that's wonderful. He trained as a sound engineer, working at recording studios and entertainment agencies before starting his own firm, Hellman Production Incorporation, in 2003 in Los Angeles. Swire and his team successfully produced attractive, personalized DVDs and CDs, cases, and custom merchandise like T-shirts, earning a score award in 2009 for small business success. His business eventually grew so popular, he decided to sell Hellman Production in 2013. Congratulations for that. To focus exclusively on the promotional production industry, Swire is a proud SFG1 certified kettlebell instructor. From #StrongFirst, he finds calmness through yoga and organic gardening. So welcome, Swire, for being here today. And I just want to get started with our first questions. And what does it mean to build a customer retention program using promotional products? We keep telling people, you have to retain your client, you have to speak to them, but it's so much more than just speaking to a person. Like, what is the strategy, and what is the being genuine at the same time, being able to be successful in the promotional product side?
Well, first of all, Crystal, thank you for the introduction and having me on your show. And like you suggested, and especially in your field as a marketer, you know that people like to spend a lot of money acquiring a client. So we might do a Google ad campaign, or we might do Facebook ad, or we do a new website. But then after we get the client to purchase from us, let's say to buy a product or services, most of the company don't think about how they could retain the client. And in marketing, we all know that it is a lot better and cheaper to retain a happy client than to acquire a new client. So our thinking with part of what we do in promotional product is, can we create some type of campaign to retain the client, to make sure that the company stay in touch with them, to be top of mind, and also using maybe a reward program to encourage return client to buy more and maybe to use more of the services.
So in your expertise, because you've been doing this for such a long time and you have an impressive background as well, what have you found that has worked for people now that we're in a whole different area as far as after 2020? What are some tips that you can give people as far as like what you have found in your research, some ways of doing the promotional products? Like, lead us through the step by step. There's some people here that absolutely don't even know what promotional product even means. So being able to give us a little bit more specific will help us a lot.
Speaking on customer retention, the key to success is know who your customers are. When they come in through your door, they're spending money. Are you tracking who are your top 10 clients? What type of people after buying from you are more likely to tell others about your service? Because, being fair in general, there are obviously a group of us that will tell everyone after we purchase or buy something, right? I just went in and out. I took a selfie and I posted on my social media. It's just, the regular people that I am. As a company owner, are you able to recognize who those people are? And are you actually reaching out to them to create a customer loyalty program? So you're basically turning people into your mini advocates. So without you paying an influencer, without you paying a lot of money, all you have to do is ask them, and show them, kind of like how you had me on a guest, and you show me exactly which link to use to share the postings to promote it with you. We can do that in a business, and using promotional product is another good way to encourage people to do that. For example, if a customer buy 10 times from you, you might award them with a t-shirt, so when they go out, they could have bragging rights. So I am a good customer for company ABC. Now look at me, I have this red nice
Mhm.
T-shirt. So it's kind of like a social status thing. But then you're creating a competition among clients, so they all want to buy from you 10 times, so they get that T-shirt. So smart marketer will think of that on the retention side, because you're awarding them. They bought it 10 times from you, or if there's someone just buy one time from you, you might never heard of them. So if you would spend money on retaining the type of client, I would spend my money to on people that will purchase me time and time again.
You said a very key factor is, in order to retain your clientele, you have to spend money, right? And so what is happening is there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, I what's the least cost that's going to cost me, like, in order, like, the minimal that I have to spend in order to do the marketing or the promotional and so forth. But you just said it. If you are not spending a little bit more than what you should, it's going to be really hard for you to retain those clients, because at the end of the day, those clients are going to be, well, what's in it for me, right? I'm promoting you, but what's in it for me? And like you said, and the exchange was, well, hey, you get a free. You start off maybe with a free T-shirt, and maybe you have a really good group of people that keeps promoting you. Hey, you are in the VIP group, and in that VIP group, you get XYZ, right? And you start growing as you progress. But being able to not only start branding yourself, but understanding the market of your clientele is going to be very crucial. So one of the things I wanted to ask you is, what do people do, for example, in the promotional product area, when people don't, they come to you, Swire, and they say, you know what, Swire, like, you keep telling me that I need to know my ideal clients. What if they don't know it? What do you tell them then?
Well, I think that's how you can come in also, because what,
Mhm.
I would suggest they look at, the accounting system. You would just look at by numbers, who give you the most business. Then you could have a list on there, or they could, contact you and maybe do a digital marketing campaign. Post different ads on Facebook, see who responded better. Or if they even want and have the time to do that, they could create a custom Facebook group to put all their engaging client in there, so they can really mine the data that they need, so they know that is it men or women that buy more from them? Are their age groups specific, or maybe is it seasonal? Maybe when you need something for the summer. Maybe you're in a hospitality industry, so you need to know more about your client, especially ones that purchase from you. Because if you are picking your marketing dollar, you can't just throw it out there. You got to spend where the clients really are, how they're paying attention to your messages, who are responding to your offerings, and then fine tune that. Then you can develop a campaign that works right for you.
So you're into adding to that is very important to test. In the marketing world, even with promotion products, and you're knowing your clientele, all you're doing is testing. You're testing different groups of people. You're different the products. You're just testing in so many different levels. So part of the testing requires you to spend a little bit more than the usual, right, when you're starting off. And sometimes that's the hit for a lot of people, is when you're starting off, they may not have the income, right? But then as you progress, you start to realize, well, okay, I needed to spend a little bit more money in order to find these answers that are later on are going to help me to promote the products or the services, whatever it may be. But yes, absolutely. In order to even start promoting, you have to know yourself. You have to know your business. You have to be somewhat of a branded. So like getting to podcast, these are some places that are free. Get into the free podcast, start talking about your business, your services, start practicing of how you present yourself, of how you want to present yourself, your pitch, of how you're going to introduce your business and your products to people. A lot of this promotional products as well is comes down to your trustworthiness and credibility as well. And so being able to do that, it all comes together at the end, and then you can do some of the advertisements, and then you can do some of the other stuff as well. But being able to be strategic in that side, it's going to take a lot from people to understand themselves and their business. And a lot of times, and that's what I create the strategy plan from the start, right? Why waste all this time and spend all this money when from the very, very beginning, we can start going into what is your strategy? What is your plan? How are we going to get you to your overall strategy, right? What's going to be best for you depending on your product or service, right? And so it really helps motivate people in that sense. And so we actually have somebody, her name's Hellenique, and she says, thanks for sharing. So, and we will continue with our next question, which is going to be just a personal one for you, Swire. What makes you a very successful in the promotional products? What are some unique tactics that you use that not a lot of people are using in your area of expertise?
I ask for the referrals because it sounds very simple. You just ask for a referral, and if people like and trusts you, they send you the referral. But a lot of companies, they don't do that. They think very transactionally. For example, going back to our first question is the retention program. I know that there are personal injury attorney who might spend up to $500 to build up on a Google keywords, right? So $500 for one click through, that's a lot. But for them, it could be more because potentially the case will be worth millions, for example. But then they might not spend $500 to retain a client. They can even spend $50 to retain a client just by asking them, this is a good referral for me. If you're happy with our product and services, can you review us on your page or Google My Business page? So these are something that most companies don't ask. If you know that, first of all, you have to do a good job. If you do a good job, anything that we talked about here won't be relevant to you. Assuming that you have provided good experience for your client, check in with them. So for us, every job that we finish, I personally will follow up with the client a week after they receive the product. I ask them, is everything turned out okay? Do you have any concern, feedback for us to improve our services? Sometimes they do give me true hard feedback that we are going to work on improving it. But sometimes I know that they're so happy, I'll ask them to refer me. Are there any colleagues or are there friends and families that you know of that can benefit with promotional product? So while it is fresh, and while they're happy with the product that you provided them, they're more likely to send you referrals than, if you follow up 6 months later, ask them for referrals, they might not remember who you are. So I think one of the key to success is you always want to ask for referral and you want to be systematic about it.
And then it's so important to just be genuine and just be honest, right? They might actually have somebody that they know that might provide that they need from your services or products.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a matter of like asking. And there's so much people that are just afraid to ask, right? And so just let your fears out. Don't even be afraid anymore. At the end of the day, you're doing a genuine thing to help other people. As long as it comes from a good place, at the end of the day, the right people will come to you. And so one of the things that I wanted to ask you as well is, okay, so if people are not sending referrals, what do you think? Are you doing any affiliates with other people? Like, for example, like if you send somebody to me, I'll give you, 10%. Is that something you also work with, or is that something you're kind of away from? I'm just curious.
Well, as a salesperson, what I utilize is I will go on LinkedIn, assuming that this is a bigger company with different departments. So let's say I work with the marketing department for a promotional product project, for example. But I know that my product can also benefit the HR department, can also benefit the administrative department. So what my pitch will be knowing already who to ask for and say, let's say Susan ordered from marketing department. Do you know if Tom at HR might be benefit from my services? And with LinkedIn, I can actually name, with Tom Preston, for example, would you be able to connect with him or her? So then you're really telling them who you want to be connect with. And if you're smart, and it's a lot easier conversation. People like to do cold call. Some of us still do. But then after the customer order from you, they already know who you are. They're afraid to reach out. I don't want to ask for a referral. Like, what do I say? But then they're clients already. You're supposed to know them or have a better relations than your co-client already. So sometimes it's just the mindset. It's okay to ask, and it's okay to ask for help sometimes.
Absolutely. In mindset is everything, right? When you're starting your business, when you are growing your business, no matter what stage, and so many people had to reinvent themselves in so many different ways for the past year, or just looking at their strategies of where they're moving forward in the future, right? What's going to look like moving forward in 2021 and 2022, and being able to just maintain those skills that take time, right? The more practice, the more you do it, the more you get accustomed with it, and more comfortable you get with it as well. So being not afraid is one of the best things to work on, for sure. And your confidence on knowing your product, right? Knowing your product or your service from back and forward, and forward and back, it's very important. It's kind of like, think about it like, how would you read on a perfect world, right? How would you do it in a perfect world? And just keep working on that. But yeah, absolutely, I'm truly excited for you for what's to come for this year, and some of the promotional products that are coming through your way. So thank you for being here today and showing us that it's doable as you put your mind into it. And it's like you said, it's all mindset, and then the rest is just skills and practice and determination, right? And so, is there any last tip that you want to tell the audience, Swire, before we head out?
Well, I think, since we are touched on, retention program, do you go look at all your customer base and look at the accounting system, to show maybe a rolling 6 to 12 month period who order from you the most? And then you want to make sure that you build a buyer persona, knowing that who they are, what kind of personality that they're with. Are there traces of similarity within your top client? So if you can connect the dots, make as many notes as you can possible about your ideal client, the more you're going to be able to succeed. If you talk to Crystal about your digital marketing strategy, or you come to me for a promotional product, we're going to ask you similar questions. Who would you like to target? Who would most likely be responding to your offering, your product and services? By having that information, by knowing who your buyer personas are, will help your marketing efforts. And not only do you want to focus, getting people come through the door, and you don't want them to leave your door. So that's why to develop your customer retention program is as important, in my opinion, as to finding new clients.
Absolutely. And being able to upgrade them, once you have your client in the door, don't be like, all right, see you later, see you all next week, and so forth. Be ready to have the next promotional product or service ready, so that you can upsell them and here retain them. Because at the end of the day, it took you maybe a long time to have that client trust you. And now that you have gained their trust, why stop, right? They might need more stuff from you at the end of the day. So make sure to not just have one thing at a time. Make sure to have, plan A, plan B, plan C, so that you can continue to have them as a client, rather than a one-time thing. See you later, and make sure to send me some referrals. So make sure to keep asking the questions of what else do they need. And if maybe at that moment, maybe they need something you don't have at the moment, but that's something that you can create or you can provide, then keep working on it. Because then at the end of the day, when they are ready for you, you will have that product ready for them, and then you're just providing a service. At the end of the day, you're providing a service or a product that somebody needs. It's not about you. It's about the client and their needs. So at the end of the day, do your survey and talk to them and ask them, what is it that you need at the moment? And provide that for them. Okay? Make sure that you're able to provide, and don't provide things that they don't need. Right? Like Swire said, ask the right questions. Make sure that that is something that they need, and provide it for them. And we have somebody else Nasabi from Florence, she is from Africa. She says, interesting, dear. I love these ladies. And so just make sure that you are doing your due diligence. And in the marketing world, like Swire said, it's a lot of training. It's a lot of research, right? Swire, a lot of research of who your clients are, where you're going, the money, where is it coming from. Like, cater to your clients that are constantly spending money on you and your products. Cater to them, and be genuine with them and have them there and keep a relationship, okay? A relationship that continues for a long time, that they can feel like you're there to support them and help them in any way that you can.
Yeah, I would encourage that you learn more about your ideal client, learn more about your top 10. For example, if I say you could make an exact clone of your top 10, then you now have a top 20 that you probably would be double and triple your business. But without knowing who they are, what they like from you, maybe there are certain things that really resonate with a certain group of individuals. Then you make yourself available to all the rest of them that have similarity to those group of people. Then this is how you can able to grow your business. You can't market to everybody. Please don't say you want to market to anyone. Even if you have a restaurant, you don't say you can market to everyone that eats. Maybe you have a certain price point. You have spicy food. You have fast family food. Then there are certain demographics that will cater better. By knowing who they are, try to make clones of them. Then you're able to grow your top 10 to top 20, maybe to a top 40. Then this is how you grow and scale a business.
Absolutely. And everybody, they might not know it, but everybody in all kinds of businesses provides certain kind of services that it's not for everybody. It's for just certain things. Just pay attention to that to see who's coming to you, who's liking your product, who's liking your service, and ask them, why is it you like it? Or what is it that you like about it, and so forth. And you'll find why people are coming to you and buying from you. And Dr. Florence also said it's a continuous process, and we 100% agree with you. So, Swire, I am so thankful that you are here today and provide us with so much value about important information as promotional with clients and so forth. And so, if you want to contact Swire, here he's some of his social media links. You can contact him and Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. He has it all. So thank you for being here, everybody. We will see you next week on Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time with more valuable people and more valuable information in different areas of expertise in the business. And if you have any questions, please contact me. You can find me, if you Google me, Crystal Bulk, you can find me in all my social media links. You find me on Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm very active in those two platforms. You have my website, unstoppablemarketingsolutions.com. Wherever you can email me, whatever you need. I am here to support and help you, even if it means that I need to connect you with somebody else in order for you to accomplish what you need. I will do that. And Dr. Florence at the end said, thanks for the session. And so I wish you all a wonderful week. Don't let your fears in. Just go for it, jump for it, and do it. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Crystal.